Hello sustainable growers, welcome in this video. This is Jonathan from Melbourne Aquaponics, and today I would like to share with you the result of a survey I discussed with a lot of people to try to understand what is the main point that interests them, that push them towards aquaponics. So that's what I would like to share with you today. So the first point is that obviously with aquaponics we can produce our own food and we can produce two different types of crops. So we can grow some vegetables and fruit, and on the other side we can also produce some very nice fish. So the second point is that the food is produced where it is consumed. So you produce your food at home, you don't have to go to the supermarket, you don't have to stock the food in your fridge, it's always fresh, it's ready to eat whenever you want. And by doing so, obviously we avoid a lot of transport, but also we get some food that is amazing from a quality point of view, because the fruits are picked when they are ready. Another point is that in aquaponics we are working with polyculture. So unlike any other type of food that you can find in your supermarket, everything is grown there in monoculture. In aquaponics we grow the food in polyculture, which means that we grow different species all together. And here we are managing a whole ecosystem. So basically the food is growing thanks to the interactions with the other species that are into the ecosystem. Every single species in the ecosystem has a very specific purpose, and it makes the food that we produce very sustainable, because we don't waste anything, we recycle everything. So some people are very interested by this fact, the fact that basically when you eat some food from aquaponics, you don't generate any pollution, you just recycle everything, and that's a very sustainable way of living and of producing food. Also, this variety of living creatures living together in this very complex and open ecosystem allow the organic matters to be broken down in very, very different particles, different size and different elements, and release all those nutrients for the plant of the vegetable. So it's like basically it's same thing as in a normal garden. The plant is into the soil and there are some interactions with some bacteria, fungus, but also a lot of insects around that are breaking down the organic matters to basically nourish or release some nutrient for the plants. And here in aquaponics we boost this biodiversity. We have a biodiversity that is really huge. We got a lot of life in our media, and therefore the plant has all the nutrients that it needs to develop the best aroma, so the best taste, the best texture, but also the best nutrients. So when you eat a plant from aquaponics, you eat a plant that develops the best nutrients, and therefore it's very, very healthy. Another point very interesting is that in aquaponics we don't have to waste any time to water our garden, to weed, to remove the weed, or to work the soil. In a normal garden you have to spend some time doing those tasks, especially if you live in a warm country during summer. You have to water your garden, otherwise your plants are going to die. In aquaponics you don't have to do any of those things. The water stays into the system. So first, you don't waste any water, you waste a bit by evaporation, but that's very minimal. But also the water is always there, so you don't have to water the plants. You can go on holidays for several weeks at any time of the year, you come back and your garden is going to still green without any problem. So you don't commit to the garden. When you plant a seed into a normal garden, you need to take care of the seed until it produced a nice lettuce or nice vegetables that you can eat. In aquaponics, you plant your seed and then you just have to feed your fish, but the plants are going to grow by themselves. You don't have to water them. The system is going to take care of it. Basically, the ecosystem is going to take care of it. So you avoid a lot of labor by doing aquaponics, and that's why a lot of people nowadays, they have a very small land, and basically they just want a little aquaponics setup where basically they're going to be able to produce some food without spending too much time, avoiding to have a big commitment to the garden. So for people who have a very, very small land, it's a very, very good alternative to a garden, because it produces approximately twice as much as a classic garden. The reason is simple. In aquaponics, the plants have always access to water and nutrients. So the limit of growth of an aquaponics setup is going to be basically the quantity of light and the temperature of the environment. While in a classic garden, the plants are also limited by the quantity of nutrients that are available in the earth in contact with the roots. Another point that is very much raised is that it brings nature to you. So basically, when you put an aquaponics setup in place, as I just said, it's an open ecosystem. So you're going to have a lot of insects, a lot of birds that are going to come around, and they are very, very interesting. You can study them, you can study their behavior, and you will see a lot of different varieties. So you always discover new animals around your aquaponics setup. So if you already are a gardener, you know that when you go outside and you are in contact with the soil, you feel really, really good. There is something that is happening basically when we work the soil. There are some bacteria in the soil that have a very positive impact on our health. So basically those bacteria, they're going to release some specific substance in your body, and they're going to make you feel really good. So when you are in your garden, you feel that you are at the good place, you feel you are doing the good thing, and you are completely relaxed. It can really improve your health, and there are some studies about this specific topic. More and more people are using aquaponics as a pedagogical tool, which means they use it to basically teach their kids how to use mathematics, science, biology, physics. Basically, they use it as a tool so the kids really understand why he has to do the exercise and what is the application of the exercise. So aquaponics can also be a real feature in your backyard. Some people build their aquaponics setup with plastic, but you have the opportunity to build it in wood or in very, very noble materials, and then it looks amazing. Look at what I got behind me. It looks really nice in the backyard. It's a real feature. Here, for example, my aquaponics setups, they are bench, and you can lift the bench and have access to the fish tank underneath. So they look really, really good. It's like having a water feature in your garden. The aesthetic side is very important for me, and I know for a lot of people it's very important as well. It's also a very good social support, and you can build a real community around aquaponics. Everyone likes to learn about aquaponics and to be involved. If you have an aquaponics setup in your place, people are going to come around, they're going to ask you a lot of questions about this feature, how it works, what can it produce, and then each time they come, they're going to see the evolution, what has grown, what have you harvested, and seeing basically the ecosystem around, seeing the different insects and birds. It's very, very interesting to talk aquaponics with people, and they generally have a lot of questions about it. Some people are also very interested in aquaponics because they are passionate about fish. They have fish at home in their aquarium, and they start aquaponics because they love the fish side, and then obviously they learn about the plants, the garden, and the whole ecosystem, and they get very hooked because now they can use something that was inside and that was just aesthetic. They can have it outside, and now they can produce some food from this passion. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you see some other points that I haven't raised here, please put it into the comments and let me know what is for you the main point of having an aquaponics setup. Is it only to produce some food, or is it a bit more complex? Explain it into the comments of this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget that I offer a 6-step process to build your own aquaponics setup. It's available into the description of the video, or if you click on the I like information on the corner on the video. See you in the next video. Bye bye. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to get your free gift from this screen. You can also leave me a comment below the video, subscribe to the channel, and see my last video. I really hope to see you soon, and I wish you a fantastic success with aquaponics. Have a good crop!